I've always loved Gail and Charlie's chemistry, if you will, sexual or otherwise, Jill. As you can imagine, she was not happy this morning. Said a statement along the lines of the fact that she didn't get much sleep, but her good friend Oprah called her this morning and talked her down. You consider yourself some sort of journalist. What do you think about all of this? Is this more to come?
It feels like it. It feels like it's never ending.
Huh? Yeah.
It's crazy. It's wild. And I do feel like there's a lot of now snap reaction where we're like, okay, he's guilty immediately. And I always think, okay, guys, let's pump the brakes. And then the man will say, I deeply regret my inappropriate actions. And I'm like, oh.
Right afterwards.
Well, all right. I
boy.
guess he's admitting to some of it, although he does not believe that all the allegations are accurate.
That's always a good vague way of putting a little pin on it right there. Yeah. Andrew, Al Franken was a bit heartbreaking, although that one, I believe,
You
is
surprised?
slightly suspect.
All these dorks do this shit.
That's good.
Just nerds
that.
who never got pussy growing up. They get a little bit of power, and they're like, let me write a sketch where I can make out with you. A real man would have just tried to kiss her, and then she would have said no, and he said, okay.
A real man would have just forced himself on her.
Not forced. Tried to kiss. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, listen, you want to get some
PSA.
food? It's just me and you in a chow hall in Iraq. You want to have dinner together? All right, cool. Have a nice conversation. See if there's a vibe. If there's a vibe, go for it. If there's not, you move it. You don't write a sketch like a dork and then go, oh, we have to practice this. I'm sorry, let me wipe the drool off my mouth. We have to give a practice to a kiss. What bothers me is, you know the thing is, here's the thing. I never minded him until I saw him at these, like, the judge hearings.
Oh, yes, yeah. Oh, he was very statesman-like on that one.
Very
Yeah.
mad. Very mad.
Oh, God, you Revenge of the Nerd, you fucking dweeb. He's just like, he goes, in 1993, one time you pushed a paper boy down after throwing the paper at your window.
It sounds to me like he was just trying to do his job, sir.
That's not your job to, like, get off jokes on the Senate floor.
That's true, too.
Yeah, well, listen, you're a comedian. I know, because I know comedians. You don't give a fuck about helping. You want... That's all you want. So now he wants this. Eventually
And a different audience.
Yes.
You get the Messiah complex. It's like all these comedians have become holier than thou. It's not enough when you're performing in front of 10,000 people. Eventually you go, oh, jokes aren't enough. I need to change your diet. I need to change how you think about the world. Just write the joke, dork. Stop. Stop.
Well, I hope you kids are watching that very important
Women
PSA.
never have sex
Don't
with
be
nerds.
dorks.
Never have sex with nerds. That is because they're rapists. Every single one of them.
my God.
Every one of them
God.
are rapists because they don't understand how to be with women. They resent you. They resent you because they feel like it's your fault that their childhood sucked. I'm telling you, stay away. We empowered them too much. Stay away.
Sam, that
You've hit
that
like
made
four
complete
different.
sense
I think
to
you hit
me.
like four different. Like whoa.
Stay away from.
First of
I'm telling
all,
you, ladies.
Whoa is cute speak for yes, and yes,
No.
right?
Yo,
As
can I just
far
say
as-
one thing? Sorry to
Of
interrupt.
course, of
Remember Revenge
course.
of the Nerds? Remember that movie? What did? He put on a fucking astronaut outfit, the same as her boyfriend, went down on her, right? Went down on the girl, and then comes up and is like, yo, it wasn't me. And the girl in the movie was like, oh, look, you're good at eating pussy, so I like you now. No, you raped her, you fucking nerd. You're a nerd rapist, and that's what they all are.
Poor Jill, look at her face right now.
We're anti-rape, which is cool.
And anti-nerd.
Agree with anti-rape.
I don't think we should be anti-nerd.
Thank God Jill is not anti-nerd, or she would never come on.
I have enjoyed being on your show 2 or 3 times.
You're not a nerd. You're not a nerd, Bill.
I like nerds. I think I've always.
God bless
No,
you.
but no, I'm not saying that to like. sway the
Hashtag me
popular vote.
too.
But like. I always, in high school, I was friends with the guy nerds. Like, in my real life, like my life now, I feel like I married someone who would have been considered very nerdy. He had no friends.
He's pretty cool.
He's cool now, but he had to go
gotcha.
through like a really awkward period, and I feel like we all do. And he's a cool guy now, and I don't feel like he revenge sexes me. So we've got that going, unless I ask for it. So we've worked through that. So I don't think it's all nerds. I do think that
Cosby, nerd.
Wait, but I
Louis,
do think comedians
nerd.
in particular have kind of
is
like
an
a
interesting
self-loathing. There's like this deep self-loathing. You can kind of agree to that a little bit.
Look,
I don't know that you have
Jerry
that,
Seinfeld's not raping anybody.
that we know about.
He's not a nerd. Jerry Seinfeld was stealing people's girlfriends.
That's
if
true.
You really know
Yes.
the story
It's a different
show
situation.
me. Listen, guys. I'm sorry.
took a
Cool
left
guys, or
turn.
not even cool guys, whatever you want to say, they don't steal pussy because they could get it. Nerds
I've known
steal
more
it.
cool guys to be
Steal it.
rapists than
Yeah,
nerds.
Name
I feel
one.
like-
I can't.
There we go.
No,
So
because it would be slander.
Oh no, you're saying, but like define
Name
it.
ones that have not already come out and give us the social security number.
I'm just saying.
I mean, Ben Affleck has gotten in trouble. His brother Casey Affleck, cool guys. They're not
Casey's,
nerds.
and I am
He's
dressed
been
like
in
Casey in
I
Good Will Hunting,
thought
but
you were him when you
Casey,
walked in.
Casey is the
It's kind of a
nerd.
baseball
Yeah.
bat.
Ben is
I don't
not
think
the
he
nerd.
was the nerd.
Casey was the nerd. Ben wasn't the nerd, right? And Casey is the one who's got the allegations, and Ben had a girl sit on his lap. Come on, that was the 90s.
I think he grabbed someone's boob too.
All right,
Yeah, there was the boob. Jill, pro or anti-nerd?
Oh my.
Thank you for.
I'm trying to clean this up.
You mentioned being friends with the nerds in high
Yeah.
school. Either my high school didn't have nerds or I was one of them. Because I don't remember looking at anyone and being like, you're a nerd.
I'm gonna be
ever.
nice to you.
I have an odd feeling that you were not the nerd in high school.
I don't know. There wasn't. I'm
No dorks in this school, huh,
completely
guys?
oblivious. Hey,
People like,
guys.
stop talking to me. Get away from me.
If you're not the, you know who the sucker is at
By
the
the way, do
table.
you
You're
have a
that.
3.9 or a 4 in advanced biology? I don't know.
Have you dated nerds? What would be by
I honestly
definition
think
perhaps
I'm
like
probably a nerd and just oblivious to the whole nerd thing.
the fact that you used a big ass word like oblivious, I'd say RZs. I pluralize words,
Yeah,
so therefore
let's
I'm
see.
cool and or
I
possibly
do feel
gay.
like the idea of the creepy guy who's going to attack you is usually the cool guy, the football player,
Little aggro.
the lacrosse team guys.
Yeah.
That's
We're gonna get lacrosse
They
letters.
didn't do it. The lacrosse dudes didn't do it. The Rolling Stone frat boys
true.
didn't do it. It's all the dudes that we
When
assume.
did Andrew become my fact checker? That's
I'm just saying, like, everybody that we assume, the societal image is, and I wasn't in a frat, but like all these frat boys, that's all they are is rapists, that's all they do, that kind of shit. You know who's really doing it? Is these nerds, man. These nerds. And we
That's
just,
a great theory.
listen, you
Interesting.
tell me one alpha male dude that's trying to steal pussy. That's not in their mindset.
what a-
their mindset
There
is
is
earn
a
it.
sense of entitlement when it comes to people being overprivileged, and I do think that that's where the rapiness comes.
What about when a millionaire presidential candidate is caught on tape saying, just grab a woman by a
You
certain body
didn't
part?
listen to the sentence.
Excellent.
When you're a billionaire, they let you grab them by the pussy. Let is consent. Let.
not
The original name of this
let.
show is Rapey
is
Semantics
not
with Phil
Saying.
Schultz.
No,
And we decided to change
That
it to
is not
morning.
consent.
Well, there's
Listen,
also the
let
perspective.
implies consent. If you, does your husband let you have sex with him?
Louis C.K. feels like those women let him do that because he asked first. And then he came out later and said, I was in a position of power over them.
that's nonsense.
Just because they giggled uncomfortably didn't mean they were letting me do that.
That power thing is silly
That's
because
a
what girl wants to
medical-
sleep with a guy? What girl wants
It's
to?
like a hip hop
I was
pilgrim when you
stunned
do
into
that.
silence for the first 10 minutes. That
Just like waiting for it, waiting
That
for the
power
other
thing
shoe
is
to
so
drop.
weird.
Usually what Andrew has that effect on the other guests, I'm afraid.
You were stunned into silence like
Andrew,
Louis' victims.
I love this rant.
Exactly. Didn't mean I let you say all that.
Look, I think no means no is a great thing. I think we should get back to it. You say
Bold
no,
statement.
I stop. You say stop, I stop. Listen, I'm frightened. I don't even have sex on top anymore. I lay down. I don't have sex on top. It's too predatory. I lay down, and you get on top of me, and you start riding, and then you
And
ride. You ride 3 times, and I say no. I throw a no out there just to protect me. So you rape me technically, and then after
Actually,
that,
oddly hot.
that is it. That's it. I
And
gotta
that's how you
protect
get out
myself.
of having to pay for a meal.
There we go. Listen.
I mean, maybe if it's a Denny's style
Yes.
price point, maybe we can afford
I'm saying
paying
I
that
am-
meal.
Denny's.
I am nice after sex. I Uber, water. I do this now. Can I get you water? That is my first thing. Immediately.
that is at the door. Can I
Yeah.
get you a water?
Oh, no, exactly. No, they can take as much time as they want to get dressed. There's no rush.
Oh, he is, and everyone says chivalry is dead.
Yeah.
He gets you water,
yeah,
people.
water. Yeah, I mean that's all I have in my apartment.
And if it's tap, don't necessarily drink it. Say thank you and then.